What's good, fellas? Welcome to this presentation. All right, I'm about to go ham on this one. The topic is how to attract the women you want by using the power of self-belief. So we're gonna get into the topic of belief, right? Self-belief, belief in general, you know, the power of belief, like how powerful that is. It's extremely powerful, actually. So I'm gonna just like focus in on that topic because if you can get this, then anything is possible, right? Not just with women, with money, with success, with your lifestyle, right? With your relationships, with, anything. If you can just understand the power of belief, you can become unstoppable in your life. So I'm gonna get on that topic. I'm gonna give it like a minute, and then I'm gonna get into it. All right, I feel the energy coming up. All right, I feel it coming, so I'm gonna just jump into this. All right, the power of self-belief. So my promise to you in this presentation is by the end, maybe even before the end, you'll get and understand how the power of belief can attract the women you want, right? The power of belief. If you understand this, it's gonna do a lot for you, right? Obviously, you're gonna have to take some action. Obviously, you're gonna have to do some shit. But if you can just get the power of belief, and understand how powerful that is when you believe in something, when you believe in yourself, man, anything is possible. Anything. So, just so you can get where I'm coming from, why I've decided to make, this presentation on this topic as opposed to something else, is because when I look at my life, I try to reverse engineer how I was able to achieve certain things in my life. And when I look at, for example, my success with women, like I literally, when I left high school, I literally could barely walk up to a girl and say hello to her without sweating. Okay, I used to sweat. Okay, I was nervous. I remember walking up to girls sometimes and I would choke. Like choke in the sense of I would walk up and I would freeze up and I forget what I was gonna say and then I'd walk away. Okay, that shit used to happen. Okay. But there was one thing that I see that helped me to overcome, those challenges that I had as far as like me being insecure around women, me being afraid to express myself, me being shy, all these things that were holding me back. There was one thing that I had that helped me to overcome those challenges and overcome my fears and overcome the obstacles that were in the way when I would set these goals, whether it was to get a girlfriend, whether it was to get some dates, whether it was to get abundance or whatever it was. I had belief. I believed that it was possible for me to become the kind of guy that gets women. I had this belief. I wasn't there yet, but I had this belief. I had faith. I had this belief that if I could just do what is necessary, take the actions necessary, face my fears, you know, get out my comfort zone. And if I could just do this consistently over a certain period of time, I knew that it was possible for me to achieve my goals. I knew it was possible. You have to believe. What did I do? Some of these things that I did, man, to really bring up my belief is belief is something that you have to strengthen and amplify. There's levels of belief, right? You have some people that really believe in themselves, very confident, right? Those are people that really believe in themselves and believe in what they can do. And you have some people that kind of believe in themselves, and you have people that have no belief. Belief in yourself is increased and amplified. Like if you feel like, okay, how do I get this belief? Like, what do I do? You start believing in yourself with little actions. So one of them is by setting goals and writing them down daily. Because only someone who believes in themselves would actually write their goals down daily, right? If you didn't believe that the goal was possible, you wouldn't do that. So you got to ask yourself, are you writing your goals down daily? Because if you're not, probably means you don't really believe it's possible. Because if you did, you would be doing that, right? Like there's certain things that you do when you actually believe in yourself, you'll do these things, right? So writing your goals down, affirmations, affirming what you're going to achieve. I will attract a girlfriend that is supportive, beautiful, and compliments me and my life. Like, get clear. That would be an affirmation, right? That's a goal too, right? But you would have to say that every single day, not just one time and then forget about it and let life distract you and then you get into this thing and go into that thing and all over the place. No, over and over again. Repeat this because you believe in it and you increase your belief the more you do it. This is something I do every day. I'm not just telling you this because I think it sounds smart or wise. This is actually what I do. Every single day I write my goal down and I say it out loud. I say it out loud. I affirm it. And right after I affirm it, I say, ask and it shall be given to you. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. Right? Why do I say these things? I'm speaking to the universe. Some may say it's prayer. Some may say it's whatever. I'm speaking to the universe. I'm letting the universe know, look, this is what I am creating. This is what I'm manifesting. If you'd like to support me, then I'd appreciate that. But I'm going to make this shit happen regardless. Right? That's the energy behind it. That's the mindset. But I do this every single day. I treat each day as a lifetime. That's how you need to start treating your days, man. Because it is a lifetime. Because you don't know when you're going to die. You could die at any moment. So each day is actually extremely precious, bro. It's extremely valuable. And we need to start treating it that way. Stop pretending like we have a million years ahead of us. We don't. Actually don't know how many years we have ahead of us. So all we have is the present moment. So we might as well do the best that we can. Okay? And start believing in ourselves. If you don't believe in yourself, who's going to believe in you? That's another part. Like, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody's going to believe in you. If you don't believe in yourself, the universe is not going to support you. The universe is like, he doesn't believe, so why should we help him? Self-belief, man. How can you tap into self-belief? How can you amplify this? Another way to do it is through overcoming little small challenges each day. You know, challenge yourself each day. Give yourself little challenges that you can overcome so you can increase this feeling of accomplishment. When you accomplish it, your belief goes up. When you don't accomplish it, when you fail too much, right, and you don't see any kind of success, your self-belief will go down, of course, right? But you should have like these little things. You know, I basically set my day up so that there's little tasks within the day, and I feel good every time I'm able to achieve a task. It's like, you know, checking off a task. It feels good. Like, okay, you know, I'm doing my shit. I'm handling my shit. And it brings up my self-belief. And I make sure these tasks, they're aligned with my goals. So I actually feel like I'm moving forward. That's how the self-belief comes in. The more energy you put towards your goal, the more you start believing in it, because now you're more invested. You're proving to yourself your commitment, right? You got to prove to yourself. You know, you don't have to prove anything to anybody else. Prove to yourself how bad you want your goal, right? Because you have everything you need to achieve your goal. It's all energy. If you put out the right energy, the necessary resources will come your way. The right people will come your way to achieve your goal, right? If you set an intention, the right people will come. Like, you know, sometimes I'll set a goal, like for something specific, and, you know, instead of me going and searching to make some shit happen, something will happen. You know, the universe will help me. For example, right, before I decided I was going to become a men's dating coach and help men with women and help them with their confidence, you know, I wasn't sure, you know, how I was going to go about it. You know, what was the best way to get started? You know, what was the best way to get in the industry, whatever. But I did set the intention. I started speaking it out loud. I started telling my friends, you know, yeah, man, I'm thinking about going into the men's dating niche and being a dating coach, you know, and just sharing what has worked for me, helping guys overcome their challenges, you know what I mean? And it was some people, you know, I've cut out negative people. So the people around me are positive, and they were, you know, encouraging me. They're like, yeah, man, I know you could do it, blah, 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 right? Now, I could have got logical about shit and let me find an established coach and see if I can get an internship and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you can do that. Or you can just set your intention and just vibe, right? What I mean by vibe, right? Just live. Set your intention, live, do the actions that you can from where you are. You don't have to force anything, right? You don't have to force, I need to go and find this person or it's not going to work or I need to do. No, do what you can where you are, right? So what I would do is one of the things I made sure was I made sure my game was sharp in the sense that I made sure that I'm walking my talk. So I would go out and make sure I'm talking to women, you know, I'm having experiences, you know, I'm going on dates, I'm doing my thing. So I'm in that vibe, I'm in that energy of, you know, a dating coach that actually walks his talk, right? So I was in that energy, and then one day, one of my boys calls me up and he's like, because he does Airbnb, and he's like, hey man, I got this guy over here. He's doing an Airbnb. You know, he's rented out one of my rooms, and he used to be a dating coach. And I was telling him about you, and he said he wanted to, like, he'd be down to talk to you and kind of let you know how he did it and what was going on. You know, like what was his process. And I was like, yo, that's cool, man. Like that just came to me. That's just the universe just sending something to me, like effortless, without effort. I didn't have to push and fight my way to get that. That just happened, right? But it's because I was setting this goal. I was affirming it, right? I was walking my talk, right? And the universe sent, you know, this opportunity. I got to meet the guy. He started telling me, you know, it's not like he was telling me some shit I didn't know. Some of it was, but he was just telling me, yeah, you know, you got to get started. You got to put your content out there. You know, you can do boot camps. You can do this. You can create products, blah, blah, blah. He's telling me the shit. But, you know, just getting around that energy, just meeting somebody that's actually done it. You know what I mean? And it was attracted, right? It's something that I attracted by me setting the intention, by me believing in myself, by me believing in my goal, and me affirming it daily, right? That opportunity came my way, and I got to have that conversation with him, and he helped boost my confidence and my certainty, because I speak to someone. Appreciate that, bro. I speak to someone, and the person's telling me, like, literally exactly what I need to hear. You know what I mean? Like, it's super aligned. Like, when you get in alignments, right? When you start believing in your goals, you start believing in yourself, things start aligning, okay? And another part too, you want to cut out negativity. That was a key thing, okay? Because you're trying to build up your self-belief, right? And you're trying to make shit happen, and you want to, you know, if you're trying to get some girls or whatever the case is, you know, you're going to have to cut out negativity, because negativity is going to mess with the flow of energy, right? It's going to cut the flow of energy. It's going to disrupt the flow of energy. You don't want that, right? So one of the things I did, man, is got rid of negativity so I could just build up my self-belief, man. No distractions. No distraction. I want to build up my self-belief. I want to build up my confidence. I want to love myself more. And I don't want anyone who's going to distract me or derail me or, you know, like, you know, fuck with my energy. I'm not, you know, you got to start valuing your life, valuing yourself, okay? But yeah, so belief, another part to it, bro. Self-belief is like a key thing. If you want to be attractive to women, you have to believe. Here's a belief you need to have, and you need to develop it. A masculine man, so a man who is masculine and unapologetic in it, meaning he's not afraid to be a man, is naturally attractive to a feminine woman, a woman who's in her feminine energy. You need to get that. What does that mean? That means you're already attractive to women. If you're a masculine man, now we have to ask, now the next question would be, but are you in your masculine energy, and are you unapologetic about it, right? Because you have some men who are going around acting like women, right? Being soft, being pushovers, being, you know, too nice, and apologizing for who they are, not expressing themselves, you know what I mean? just holding on to their insecurities and their baggage and and their past trauma. You know what I mean? And basically, you know, they have these terms for them. They call them, yeah, I was just about to say it, simp, beta male, right? Whatever it is, nice guy. They have these words for them. Those are men that are just not in their masculine energy. And so they're not going to be attractive to women, right? Because they're not in their natural attractive state. When you're in your masculine energy and you're grounded in it, meaning you're not apologizing for it, it just is what it is, and you embrace it, you become naturally attractive. Now, the more you can amplify that, the more attractive you'll get, right? The more grounded you are in your masculine energy, the more attractive you get. As I become more grounded, what do I mean by grounded? Okay, I don't want to go too off topic of the self-belief, but I want to get into this a little bit. When I say grounded, it's essentially me being able to handle my life. That's all grounded really means. You being able to handle tension, you being able to handle challenges. You shouldn't be running away from your life, running away from fear, running away from insecurity. You need to become a man who handles his life. A man that goes after the whatever it is, the challenge, the threat, the weakness. He's not shying away from anything. He's not hiding away from anything. He's not making excuses. He's not trying to numb himself, right? That's another thing guys do, and I used to do too. Try to numb myself, right? Put up a shield and not feel my emotions or distract myself. Go out and drink, you know, or go out and do whatever instead of facing my life and handling my shit. So anyway, back to self-belief. You got to have like a positive outlook on life. You got to realize that the universe wants to support you. The universe wants to support you. It wants to help you. It wants you to achieve your goal. But you got to do your part. Okay, you can't just sit there. You have some people that think you could just sit there and visualize shit all day or think about shit. And no, you actually have to do something, right? But you do need to do both parts. You need to be positive. You need to visualize. You need to meditate. You need to do the internal work, right? But you also need to do the external as well. You need to take actions that are aligned with this new beingness, right? Like if you want to get more women or you want to be more attractive to women, yes, you need to first get your self-belief. You know, start believing that you deserve women. Okay, you can do, as I say, you can do this through affirmations, through writing it down. You know what I mean? Doing it consistently. You know, start taking actions aligned with that thought, right? Someone who believes that they deserve women, someone who believes they're naturally attractive to women, what are some things that person would do? Start doing those things. That person would get around women, right? Don't overwhelm yourself, right? Maybe just go out and say hi to one woman. That's better than if you've never been doing that and you start doing something as simple as that. That adds up, right? Little small things that you haven't been doing, you start doing them, adds up. Like literally, you know, if somebody has been drinking soda all the time and they just start drinking one, they take away one can of soda and add one bottle of water instead, that's gonna make a huge difference if they do that consistently. So little small actions, you'd be surprised. You know, little small things that I'm saying here, maybe just start doing some affirmations, see what happens. Or start writing your goals down, see what happens. But do it consistently. Make a huge difference. They have something called a compound effect. You do something consistently over time, it starts adding up. And those small actions start to create a big effect in your life. So self-belief, man, like, look, you could have two men who are both attractive, you know, have the same level of attractiveness as far as how they look, their behavior, how they talk, you know, all that stuff. But if one believes in himself, has a very strong belief in himself and a positive outlook on life, and believes that anything's possible, he believes that he can make, you know, his whatever he visualizes a reality. He believes he can achieve his goal. The other one is pessimistic. He's negative. He thinks that life is a waste of time, that he's not going to get anywhere, that he's just destined to just be normal and shit like that. If they both have the same, you know, level of attractiveness, and both of these guys go and approach the same girl, guarantee they're gonna get two different responses from that girl, right? And why is that? Your beliefs, when you communicate with certain beliefs within you, there's sub communications that come across that people can pick up on. They're picking up on it subconsciously too. Some of them are picking up on it consciously if they study this shit. But if they don't study this shit, they're gonna pick up on it subconsciously, and they're gonna figure out what it is later, right? And maybe they'll come to the wrong understanding of what it is, but it doesn't matter. There's something that you triggered in them based on your communication. Now, if I had no belief in myself, negative, negative outlook on life, you know what I mean, and just pessimistic and shit like that, if I did this presentation, it would come across differently. It would come across in a very strange way, probably turn people off or repel people, because the sub-communications would be off. Because if you don't believe or you're not aligned with what you're saying or what you're doing, it's like the energy doesn't come across correctly. It comes across in a weird way, right? Maybe it doesn't come across at all, or maybe it's just weird or whatever. And people can pick up on that, right? And there's other things going on, like your body language is gonna be off, your eye contact will be off, your mannerisms, your tonality, right? Now, compare that to the guy who does have belief in himself, who does believe in what he's saying, who is aligned with his communication, is gonna come across with power, right? Because it's real, it's authentic, it's not some bullshit, it's not someone trying to just do something even though they don't really want to do it or believe in it or whatever. And so what I'm saying here is, when you get this power of self-belief on your side, now when you take action, now when you do these things, there's alignments. Okay, so things are gonna flow more. You're not gonna have to push as hard. Yeah, you're still gonna have to take action, you're still gonna do your shit, but it's not gonna be as hard, right? It's gonna flow a lot better. And that's what I've been noticing. The more that I amplify my self-belief, the action part is getting easier and easier. Okay, when you handle your internal game, life becomes a lot easier, right? Because you start to take on this way of being that is not resisting life. A lot of our old identity was designed to protect us from shit that we maybe felt like we couldn't handle, or shit that was tough to deal with, right? And so, we created these shields and these things, but we need to understand, as men, we can handle anything, bro. We got to get in this spirit, this energy of, I can handle anything. There's nothing the world can throw at me that I can't handle. Not that it's going to be easy, right? There's certain things that happen in life that are not easy to deal with, right? There's certain things, like you get some bad news that somebody passed away, or, maybe you find yourself in some situation where, maybe litigation, right? Maybe you're getting sued or something, right? Things happen, but just know you have to have this belief that I can handle it. Like, that's it. You can handle it, because if you think about it, you've handled everything in your life up until this point. You're still here. You're still breathing. You're still going. That means you can handle your life. But we have these limiting beliefs. We don't have people supporting us the way we would like to. We don't have people encouraging us and telling us that we're powerful, telling us that we're smart, telling us that anything's possible, telling us that if we bring up our self-belief and we take the right actions, that we can achieve our goals. If we had that, we'd probably be moving differently. But we don't have that. What do we have? The news telling us negative shit, all the time. We have people throwing their limiting concepts on us. They're spewing, coming up with excuses and complaining about shit. And, oh man, it's so hard and this and that. These people cut, that's why you gotta cut, man, you gotta really get, hands-on with your life. Start looking at shit and start making the necessary action. If you gotta get rid of certain people out of your life, get rid of them. Now, I'm not saying it's easy, right? If you had a best friend or certain friends that have been in your life all the time, for many years, but you start to realize, you start working on your own self-evolution, your own personal development, you start to see this person is actually holding you back, right? There's some people in your life that are actually holding you back. They don't want you to grow past them. Cause they probably appreciate the friendship or whatever, but they see you evolving and they try to hold you back because they see that you're changing, right? And what I try to do, you know, is I try to help them evolve with me. But if they can't evolve with me, then I have to let them go. That's just what it is. You know, whether it's a friend, whether it's girls, you know, sometimes it's family, man. I had to cut communication with family if they're not aligned with what I'm doing, if they're not supporting me, if they're not encouraging me. I had to cut the communication. Maybe some of them, you know, some family members, right? I still communicate to them, but it's very limited, right? Maybe once in a while, you know, just out of respect, out of love, or whatever. But I can't be in constant communication with them because the vibe ain't there, man. It's not good vibes. They're not helping me. They're not helping me get to where I want to go. And so as a man, you just gotta get man. You just gotta get manly in this shit, bro. You gotta get masculine and assertive and proactive. You know what I mean? And responsible. Fam will swear you wrong. Exactly. And so, you know, it's just applying your intelligence. Like, yo, you know, I just think about this shit. The people who are trying to bring me down, give me advice and shit like that, are they doing what I'm doing? Or are they where I want to be? Right? That's what I look at. Like, I have, you know, some family members I am in contact with because they're doing big shit. You know, one of my older brothers, he's building, you know, a nonprofit, and he's you know, he's doing it. Like, you know, and he's doing his thing, and he's connecting and networking and, you know what I mean, and busting his ass and waking up early and doing these things. I could have a conversation with him because we both on the same vibe, and that's cool. But, you know, if my uncle or whatever hit me up and he's like, man, you know, this job over here, man, the boss, man, he working me to death and shit. I can't have those conversations, bro. I just can't, you know? Like, it brings you down, bro. The energy, you got to protect your energy, right? You need your energy needs to go up, forward, right? And if you're going to give your energy to people that want to grow, people that are trying to evolve with you, right? Because now you feel good about what you're doing. You're like, okay, yeah, my energy is limited, but let me give it to people that are actually going to do something with it. You know what I mean? Let me put it in the direction where it's actually going to help people that are trying to do some shit. You know, I can't make somebody do something they don't want to do it. The only thing I can do is lead and do my thing and hopefully inspire them to step their game up. And that's the mindset you got to have. Like, no negativity, no hate, no hard feelings. It's just, yo, I got to do what I got to do. I'm clear in my thinking. I'm not clouded by emotion. Emotion to try to fuck with you and make you feel like, oh, I'm being an asshole or whatever. No, you're not being an asshole. You're just being proactive. You're just being assertive. You just know what you're doing. You know your intention. You know your goals. You know what you're trying to make happen. And you're doing your shit, right? And nobody's going to come and save you, right? And if you don't do your shit and you don't make this shit happen, who's going to come and say, I told you so? Those people, right? So don't let them derail you. Just do your thing. You know, do your thing. Focus, you know what I mean? And belief, self-belief, man. I'm telling you, this is like a key thing. You really got to just believe in yourself, bro. Believe in yourself. Believe in your goals. And build up that belief, as I said. Affirm. Have your affirmations. What is the kind of man you want to be? You know? What are the goals you want to achieve? Write them down. Write them down, man. It does something. You know? It's like you're just telling the universe, yo, I'm serious about my shit. Look, I'm writing it down. Like, I don't know, something happens when you write this shit down. I've been doing it consistently for a while. You know what I mean? I just don't stop because I see the difference, right? Like, I can measure these things. I look at my life when I wasn't doing these things versus now, and I see rapid improvement, fast. Shit starts moving fast. When you start doing all the right things, right, you get your self-belief up, right? You get in your masculine energy. You work on being grounded. You forget about trying to please people and trying to avoid criticism and all these things, and you just start going out and expressing yourself authentically because you want to attract the right people who can help you achieve your goals. If you're not being the real you, if you're not saying what you really want to say, if you're not communicating and getting your point across, people are not going to understand you, so they're not going to be able to help you. You know, so you got to work on expressing yourself authentically and being real, being honest, right? Stop trying to look cool. You know, like one of the things I used to do, I stopped doing it, is like, let's say something ain't going my way or things aren't a certain way, I would try to like pretend like it was better than what it was. Like for example, when I was in high school, as I tell you all the time, in high school I wasn't doing too well with the ladies, right? I just wasn't. But when I was in high school, nobody knew that. I would act like I was getting girls. I would make shit up. I'd say, yeah, got this girl the other day or whatever. I would try to act cool, right? I wouldn't like say blatant lies, but I would, make, puff things up a little bit and make it sound better than what it was, just so, I don't look bad, or just so I can get their validation or at least be cool. But like I said, if you can't communicate, maybe if I would express myself, maybe they would have helped me, right? Maybe if I would have been real with them, they would have been like, oh, bro, you struggling with the ladies, bro? I mean, look, this is what's working for me or whatever. But I had too much pride, so I didn't even want to get, help from anybody. And that shit gotta go, man. We're all connected, man. If you get around the right people, man, you can make some shit happen. Like this one-man army thing, I used to have that mentality, like one-man army, and you can do it. You can do the one-man army thing, but it's just so much, bro. It's just so much effort, so much energy. See if you can build a team, man. See if you can get around people who are on the same vibe, on the same wave, right? They can help you improve your self-belief. When you get around people who have belief, who are believing in themselves, who are going after the goals and shit, your belief goes up too, because you see, hey, man, my brother is doing this shit too, bro. We got to make this shit happen together or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's just taking responsibility for your life, man. And understanding you do have a certain amount of control, right? You can't control everything, right? The external world's going to do what it does. But there's certain things you can't control, and those things that you can't control, you want to take control of it. You can take control of your self-belief. You can work on getting your subconscious mind, aligned with what you're trying to do. You can take the necessary actions. You can work on your discipline, increase your willpower, right? Solidify your confidence, things like that. You have control over those things. So the power of self-belief, man. I gave you a couple steps, but let me see if I could break this down step by step. How do you build up your self-belief? How do you, because self-belief, a lot of it will basically result in confidence, right? So another way to say this is how to build up your confidence, your certainty in what you're doing, right? So as I said, I gave you a couple of things that I do. Affirmations is one of them. Setting a schedule, right? When you set, you basically, you want to train your mind to understand that you're not a joke, right? Because your mind is trying to like push you around and bully you, and you're not gonna do what you said, and whatever, man, you're just talking shit, blah blah blah. You gotta get your mind to understand, like, yo, I'm not a joke. Like I'm really trying to make some shit happen here, and here's the proof of it. And so the proof is your actions, your behavior. Like, what are you doing on a daily basis? So one of the things I do, I just go through the things I do. One of the things I do is I get up at the same time every morning, and I go to sleep at the same time, right? There's rare occasions where I won't, like, for example, let's say I have to go out of town and do some shit or whatever. Okay, that's understandable. But I'm saying, like, on my regular day, or my regular schedule, it's like I wake up at the same time, I go to sleep at the same time. Right now it's 4 a.m. Okay, I used to be a late sleeper. I used to wake up at 11 a.m., 12 p.m., shit like that. And I worked my way up gradually, or worked my way down gradually, until I was able to wake up at 4 a.m. I'm not a morning person, but guess what? I believe in myself. I believe in my goals. And so that's where I get this energy to be able to wake up at 4 a.m., right? I believe that if what I'm doing is important, I should be able to get up early and make the shit happen, right? Someone who believes in what they're doing, who believes in their purpose, who believes in their goals, they wouldn't be waking up at 11 a.m., 12 p.m., right? Unless they have like a really good reason for it. But if there's more benefit and value in getting up early, why would they not do that? My reason for getting up early, I get a head start, right? I'm able to get more shit done in the day. I'm able to move towards my goals faster, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, and I feel good. Like, you feel accomplished. You feel powerful when you wake up 4 a.m. every morning. It feels good to be able to say, hey, you know what? I've been waking up 4 a.m. every morning for the last month or so, right? Or whatever, or however long it was. But it feels good, even if it was just for a few days. Hey, I've been waking up 4 a.m. for the last couple of days. You feel good. You feel good knowing that you've been disciplined. And so what is that gonna do? That energy. You could use that energy. That's good energy, man. You could use that energy and put it into your goals, put it into your purpose, spread that energy around. It's contagious. Other people want that vibe, right? They want that accomplished vibe. That's a feeling that we want in life. We want to feel accomplished. We want to feel like we're making some shit happen, right? So that's one of the things. It helps me build up my self-belief. Waking up at the same time, going to sleep at the same time, it just builds up my self-belief. It tells my subconscious mind, yo, this is a disciplined man that wants to achieve his goals, right? It's communicating to the universe. Universe, look what I'm doing. I'm waking up at 4 a.m., going to sleep at a certain time. I could be out clubbing. I could be out doing these things. I could be out, messing with girls or whatever. But I have my time frame of when I do things, and that's just what it is, right? So whatever I want to do, I get it done within that time frame, and I schedule my day. So I know what my goals are. That's why you got to know what your goals are, and then have the actions within your day that are going to help you achieve your goal. So like, if my goal right now, let's say my goal was I want to get 10 girlfriends. Let's just say that was my goal. And you notice how I said that. I believe that's possible, right? Some people might say 10 girlfriends, what the fuck? I believe that's possible. If someone sets that goal and they commit to it, they can make that shit happen, right? Obviously, it's not going to be easy because you don't really see that. You don't really see anyone with 10 girlfriends, but you also don't really see people making that goal either, right? What if somebody set that as a goal? Yeah, I want 10 girlfriends, right? I guess we'd have to we'd have to look at, okay, what would be the benefit of that, right? That's kind of sounds like overkill, but whatever. You can't tell no man what's overkill and what's not. If a man wants 10 girlfriends, but anyway, so let's say the goal was 10 girlfriends. I would set up my day with actions that are gonna help me get the 10 girlfriends. Let me think. Okay, if I wanted 10 girlfriends, I know, shit, I'd have to level up as far as value. My value would have to level up. I have to become more valuable because I'm thinking, okay, if I want 10 girlfriends, and I don't want to be lying to them. I want them to know about each other, right? My value has to be high enough for these 10 girls to accept that I have 10 girlfriends, right? Like, because they all have to accept, hey, each girl has to accept that I have 9 other girlfriends. My value has to be really high. What else has to be high? I have to be very confident and grounded in my masculine energy, and have this clarity around the life I'm creating, the relationships I want to have, and I can't compromise. I can't break. Because yeah, these women, when I go in, I try to make them my girlfriends, they're gonna challenge it, of course. They've been growing up their whole life to believe man is supposed to be one a monogamous relationship between a man and a woman, and that's it. So now I'm coming to them talking about, yeah, I want 10 girlfriends. That's not gonna be easy to convince these girls. But if I have the right energy, the right confidence behind it, the right self-belief, right groundedness and certainty, right, the certain girls are gonna accept it, right? If the value's high enough, right? If she can get better value with some other guy, then she'll go. But if your value, so value-wise, right? I would amplify everything that I already have as much as I can and increase that, right? So what are some things I'll do? I continue to do what I'm doing right now. I'll be waking up at 4 a.m. I'll be doing my workouts. I probably put more time studying communication, maybe studying ways to, I might find information on how people do polygamy. You know what I mean? I'd learn about that shit, see how it works. Okay. I would go out and talk to a lot more women and go on some more dates, right? I gotta start going. I gotta start getting the ball rolling, right? I might join some sites, some polygamy sites or whatever. I'd go and find some guys that are cooking. Word. I go and find some, I try and find a guy who's already accomplished what I'm trying to accomplish, right? So if I want to get 10 girlfriends, I go and find a guy that's doing something similar to that, right? Maybe nobody has 10 girlfriends, but maybe find a guy who has 5 or whatever. Just the closest thing to it. And I learned from the dude, okay? And I would commit to this goal. Here's the thing. When you set a goal, You got to commit to it 100%. Your mentality has to be, I'm going to achieve this goal or die trying. That's your mentality. That's how you achieve a goal. You know, if you just set a goal and then as soon as it gets hard, you stop, then yeah, you know, what was the point, right? When you set a goal, your mentality has to be, I'm going to achieve this goal or die trying. That's my mindset. If you're wondering, that's literally my mindset. When I set a goal, so what happens is when you set a goal like that, yeah, you're going to make mistakes. Yeah, things aren't going to go your way. But what you're saying is, no matter what, I'm going to keep going forward. That's how you hit the goal. Because the thing is, when you set a goal, it's not going to go exactly how you think it is. Bro, you use the same thing that the system is against us. Can you rephrase that? I'm not understanding what you're saying. Bro, you use the same thing that the system is against us? The system is against us, but can you rephrase that? Because I don't know if you worded it. It's coming, you know, I'm reading it and it's not really making too much sense. But anyway, so self-belief, man. So yeah, let's say I was trying to get the 10 girlfriends. It's literally building up that self-belief and taking the right actions and creating alignment. Because once you get into alignment, you'll start to see evidence that you're moving in the right direction, right? Like for me, like you can use me as an example, right? Me building this group, the Sexy Beast Tribe. I just started this group in early February, and we're over 300 members in the group, okay, and it's growing, right? Some people, it probably take them a whole year to get to 300 members in their group. You know what I mean? So what am I doing differently? I'm doing all these things that I'm telling y'all, right? My self-belief, right? I work on my self-belief. I make sure I keep keep amplifying that. I don't let it decrease. I don't let it go lower. I keep doing the same things consistently. I give you something. One of the qualities you want to make a main quality that you have as a man, and I'm telling you, this is going to change your life, is discipline. Make discipline one of the main qualities that you carry as a man. Okay? Because discipline can help you achieve anything. If you want to improve your self-belief, you're going to need discipline. I get some rings and steal those hand gestures. Bro, do what you want, bro. If that's what you want to do, bro, go ahead, bro. I have no problem with that, brother. I'm just expressing myself, bro. I love life. And man, I'm glad you're here, bro. But yeah, so man, self-belief. If you can just get your self-belief, what if you could just get your self-belief to 110%? Not even 100%, 110%. Like that, bro, there's different ways of thinking that we haven't been given. That's the thing. It's like we've been given like these weak ways of being, these weak concepts, these weak ideas that are like kind of good but not that good. I just started realizing like, man, you can really just create your life exactly how you want it to be. Like the way how my life is right now, man, it's just like I'm just so blessed and so grateful. But it's because of some actions that I've taken. The actions that I've taken in the past is what has allowed me to be in the position I'm in right now. Right? And so we just got to understand like, yo, what we're doing right now is what's going to create our future. Right? The way how we're thinking right now is what's going to create our future. Our actions that we're taking right now is what's going to create our future. Right? The decisions we make right now is what's going to create our future. The people we hang around right now is what's going to create our future. I'm going to tell you right now, but there's certain people you probably going to need to cut off. Right? They're distracting you. They're holding you back. That's energy. That's energy that could be used to make some shit happen. You're using it trying to keep that relationship going. Nah, bro, you got to cut off. Like if it's not supporting you, if it's not helping you, because thing is, you're actually helping that person, because if you become successful, you may inspire that person to step up. You know, that's kind of how I look at it too. It's like, yo, let me just see if I could just inspire people to level their game up, bro. Instead of me trying to convince people of shit, you know, arguing with people about, man, you know, like, one of the things like guys like to argue about, you know, I used to get into somewhat arguments with some of my friends about whether going out and approaching girls, whether it works. So I used to just cut that shit quick, and I used to be like, if you don't think it works, bro, how about you come out with me? Come out with me, and we're gonna go and approach some girls, and I'll show you what I can do. You know what I mean? Be a man. Be the kind of man that doesn't even need to talk, bro, because you just doing your shit, and it's just obvious, right? You want shit to be obvious, bro. You want people to clearly see, yo, this dude, this dude ain't no joke, bro. This dude is sharp. This dude is doing this shit. Like, that's, you want to become that kind of man in your own way, whatever you're doing, whatever your niche is, right? Whatever your lane is, you know, figure out what you're supposed to be doing. There's something that you're supposed to be doing that's very valuable, that's gonna get women, it's gonna get money, it's gonna get success, it's gonna get all these things. But all those things are just like icing on the cake, bro. It's the person you become, it's the experience you have, you know, the experiences you have through that process is what makes it so amazing. You know, that's why you gotta find your purpose, find that thing that you love to do, because then you can enjoy the journey. See, if people find themselves doing things they don't want to do, so then they get miserable, like, ah, fuck, man, here we go again. Because they don't like what they're doing. You got to find that thing you love to do. So self-belief, bro, let me tell you why it's so important. Because if you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to be able to stick the course. You're not going to be able to follow through. And if you can't stick the course, if you can't follow through, if you can't be consistent, you're not going to be able to hit your goal, bro. You need to be consistent, okay? You need to be able to follow through. You need to be able to focus. And your self-belief is what's going to help you do that. How much you believe in yourself, how much you believe in your goal will determine how much action you take, you know, how consistent you are. What happens when the haters show up? What happens when an obstacle shows up? What happens when your plans don't go how you thought? What happens when a coronavirus comes out of nowhere? Right? Coronavirus came out of nowhere and threw lots of people off. It didn't throw me off because it almost did, right? But it comes back to belief, it comes back to mindset, it comes back to inner game, right? When coronavirus showed up last year, it was around February, I had a plan because I had just moved into a new apartment in an area where there was a lot of people, right? A lot of girls, a lot of people. I wanted to make sure my game was sharp because this was when I was making the decision, okay, I wanted to become a men's dating coach. I wanted to build a group. I wanted to build a business, right? This is around that time, February of last year, when the coronavirus. And I moved to this apartment, and right when I moved, that's when the coronavirus, they said, oh, we have this thing called coronavirus and we're doing a lockdown and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wait, what? I just moved to this area so I could go out and talk to women and work on my game and make sure my game is sharp so I can teach and stuff or whatever. And a coronavirus comes out of nowhere and they're telling us to lock in and all this stuff. So here's what could have happened. I could have looked at that and I could have got down and said, oh, I guess maybe it wasn't meant to be, or man, I guess I'll just wait until next year or whatever. No, I looked at it, okay, this is a challenge. This is a challenge. This is the universe saying, okay, look, we're going to throw something at you that most people would, you know, just say, okay, fuck this. I'm going to just go on a dating app or whatever. But we want to see what you're going to do, Trey. That's how I decided to see it, right? I could have seen it any way. You can interpret things however you want to interpret them. But I decided to interpret it in the way of, okay, it's a challenge. So what did I do? They say you got to wear your mask. I put my mask on, and what I do? I went out to the grocery stores and I was approaching women. Okay? Why? Because I believe in myself. I believe in my goals. I believe in what I'm doing. I believe that what I'm doing is going to help people. I believe that it's going to benefit others, right? And so that belief helps me overcome any challenge. You got to strengthen your belief, right? If I didn't have that belief, when the coronavirus would have came, I would have just stayed inside and I would have said, okay, I'll wait until the coronavirus is over. But look how long I would have been waiting. Coronavirus is still going on right now. So I'd have been still waiting. I would have never started this group. I'd have never been doing shit, right? I'd have just been in my head thinking, oh man, I wonder when I should start. Get out of your head, bro. Get into your heart. Get into, you know, I don't want to say get into your soul. because that's the wrong wording. You are your soul, right? Get into your beingness. Like, just be, just live, just express. Man, stop thinking your head. You get staying in your head and fighting yourself and arguing with your own head. Yeah, man. So, man, it's just understanding, bro. There's so much power in self-belief. There's so much power in believing in what you do, man. You can attract anyone. Like, if you want to get women, bro, all you got to do is just start believing that you deserve women. How do you start believing that? You start writing it down. You start saying it. I deserve women. However, whatever wording works right for you. I deserve a beautiful girlfriend, right? I deserve a beautiful girlfriend. Maybe just look in the mirror and just keep saying it. At first, it's going to feel weird because it's like, oh, fuck. Do I? But you got to keep saying it, bro. You got to keep saying it so you internalize it, right? Sexy Beast Tribe. Why'd I call this a Sexy Beast Tribe? Because I understand the power of affirmations. I understand the power of the subconscious mind. Every time you go inside the Sexy Beast Tribe, you're basically affirming that you're a sexy beast. Only a sexy beast would be allowed in a Sexy Beast Tribe, right? So subconsciously, you're telling your mind you're a sexy beast. That's why I named it the Sexy Beast Tribe. That's part of it, right? It's part of it because I understand this shit, right? These little things add up. Little things add up when you do them consistently. So look, just to recap, fellas, the power of self-belief, anything is possible. Anything is possible if you could just believe, man. If you could just believe, whatever you have created, whatever condition you're in right now, is based on your beliefs. So if you want a new condition, you have to change your beliefs. You gotta, the old you can't come into the new condition. Think about that. The old you can't come into the new condition. A new you has to come into the new condition because the new condition is a creation, an internal creation based on your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, and your actions, right? So if you want a new condition, what does that mean? Your beliefs have to change, right? You have to replace old beliefs with new beliefs. Your thoughts have to change. You need to start thinking differently, right? Exposing yourself to the right information, getting around the right people, you know, writing your goals down, affirmations, whatever. Your emotions, you need to create positive emotions, you know, live a life of positivity. Eliminate negativity. Negativity is not doing anything for you. Eliminate it however you can. You got negative vibes around you, get the negative vibes out of your life, right? And your actions, you need to take the right actions. But I'm telling you, belief is a core, because if you get the belief thing right, all the other things will fall into place, right? If you really believe that you should have a beautiful girlfriend, or you should have abundance of women, your actions would reflect that. Your thoughts would reflect that. Your emotions would reflect that. And so we need to build up this belief. We need to build up this belief, man. Write your goals down. Write down your affirmations. What's the kind of man you want to be? What kind of life do you want to create? Visualize it. Take actions, relevant actions, related actions. Get around the right people. Get around the right energy. Okay? If you do these things, anything is possible, bro. Anything. Beautiful women is possible. Success, financially, possible. Right? Personal success, whatever it is you're trying to do, anything is possible when you have the self-belief. All right? So I hope you got some great value out of this Facebook Live. And if you're someone who you feel like you're struggling with self-belief, you're struggling with taking the right actions, right? You're struggling with discipline, with accountability, those kind of things, I have a mentorship program. It's us working together one-on-one, right? It's called the Sexy Beast Program. It's me helping you unleash your beast. There's a beast inside you. He's chained up, he's locked up, and he wants to come out, right? But it's you doing the right things so he can come out, right? So he can be unleashed. And so I help you do that. And when you unleash the beast, you become sexy, right? Women start wanting to get around you because there's a certain energy you're going to start carrying, right? You're going to be more in your masculine energy. You're going to be more grounded, more confident, more certain, right? Your self-belief is going to go up, right? Your vibration is going to increase. Frequency of your vibration is going to increase. There's a certain energy that's going to come across when you communicate. Your body language, right? Your sub-communications, eye contact, all these things are going to change when you start moving, you know, towards unleashing this beast. There's a sleeping beast. He's sleeping, bro. We got to unlock him, the best version of yourself. We got to get the best version of yourself to come out. And once that best version of yourself comes out, your life changes, okay? So if you're interested in the program, hit me up. It's called the Sexy Beast Program. It's one-on-one coaching. We jump on a call for 3 months, once a week for 3 months, right? And we lock in on your goals. Whatever your goals are, we get very clear on your goals and we lock in and we make that shit happen. But we focus on one primary goal. We don't want to have 1,000 goals and we're looking all over the place. We find that one goal that speaks to your soul. What's that one thing that you really want to achieve? Let's go for it, man. Let's make that shit happen. As I tell you, life is now. There's no time to wait. There's no time better than now for you to make some shit happen, right? So if you like the support, you like guidance, you like to work together, hit me up. I'll get you the details. Thanks for watching. Peace.